How gozaimasu, shredheads. Today, it's time for Q&A. I still have rubber bands in my teeth, and I might be speaking a bit weird, but we're going to go along with it and see what happens. The first question is by Guitar Love, and this is on the Is the 5150 pedal worth buying video, and they ask, did you put this pedal in the effects loop? And that's a great question. The 5150 pedal is just amazing, whether you put it through the effects loop or you put it through the front. I think personally I've tried both, and I find that the front is where it was probably designed for, and I think it sounds the best through the front. I put it through the effects loop because there are a lot of different pedals out there that just sound way better through the effects loop, but the 5150, in my opinion, it just sounds 1,000 billion quantum times better through the front amp. It's more focused, it has all the flexibility that you need through the front, and it just works extremely well. It's probably one of my favorite pedals I've ever bought in my entire life, and that says a lot because I've had a lot of pedals in my entire life. 5150 pedal is definitely worth the money, in my opinion. Second question is by Ray Q, and this is on the Behringer Ultra Metal Distortion pedal video, and he says, will it sound good with a Squier guitar? And I said, it should be pretty dang solid. Should it be pretty dang solid with a Squier, especially if you have a newer Squier that are better than the pre-2000 Squiers, which are kind of janky in general. But regardless, it's going to sound great, and you're just going to rock your socks off with it, and it's going to work for you. It covers everything. Next question. Okay, this is by Atacon Kiroglu. Hopefully I said your name right. I'm not too familiar with that country's names. Anyway, this is on the Fender Squier Affinity Telecaster review for the silver one, and he asks, is this the slick silver one? Yes, it is. It is slightly lighter gray looking in real life than it is in the video. Somebody else asked that question, and they went out and they looked at the same exact Telecaster, and they reported back that it was slightly lighter, and I can confirm that. When you see the video, it's slightly darker. It could be just the post coloring I did. I'm not too sure. He said in general on the internet that's what the slick silver looks like, but it's actually a bit more sparklier in real life, and it's a great guitar. It's a great guitar to start with, or just to play in general. It doesn't matter if you're a starter or beginner or been doing this for a million years. It's just fun to play. Guitar is fun to play, and that's what you should get out of guitar. By the way, I have a cold. I got the mucuses going on, and you know, it's a thing. It's a thing that happens. You know, I turned my AC unit on for the first time in a million years, and I got that sleeping AC cold going on. Anyway, next question is by Fusion, and it's on the Neural DSP Gojira amp software demo. Yes, a great title. It's very technical. People look it up, and that's why they find the video. Anyway, question, what do you think of the Boss Extortion pedal? It's a cool name, Extortion. You know, it sounds like criminal activity. But I looked it up, and apparently it's like one of the most controversial Boss pedals. Well, maybe not controversial, but just people don't like it because it's just really weird. And honestly, I'm the type of guy that likes, just give me something weird and different. Like, I like to experience things, and if it's cheap enough, I might get one and play around with it. But from the demos I've heard, it is really kind of strange. I think people say it's like a mix between a fuzz and a distortion pedal, but It doesn't sound like what I would use regularly, but it would be something I would like to experience, you know. It'd be a nice little flavor of pedal to play with. Okay, next question. Next question. He says, on this is the lots of hand movements today, clockwise, unclockwise, you know what I mean? Is this the Marshall MG10? Is the Marshall MG10 a good practice amp? And he says, hello, bro, which one is better, MG10 or Orange Crush 12? I get this a lot. I think when it comes to the practice amps in general, people are looking at the MG10 or the Orange Crush 12. The battle between the British tiny amp war, it's still going on to this day. Every day I get this question, and I have both, and they are both great. I think if you want to practice, the Marshall MG10 is where you want to go because it has the channel switch. So you can easily go from clean to distortion all the time. Clean, distortion, and it has an auxiliary jack, so you can bypass the front of the amp altogether. You can put a CD player in there, you can put an MP3 player in there, you can put your laptop in there, or what I do is I put an FX processor through there, so it acts like I'm putting it through an FX loop and bypassing the entire front end, and it sounds way better like that. And you can do the same thing kind of with the Orange Crush 12, but what I do is for that is I crank the crap out of the clean section so I have as much headroom as possible, and I try to put everything on noons so it is as flush as it can get, and it kind of emulates not going through the front of the amp, but it still is. It still is. But both are great. I still use the Orange Crush 12 to this day. And I really like the aesthetics of it. It's got a fatter sound to it. So if you do only play distortion or only play clean, the Orange Crush 12 will work really well for you, especially if you're not jamming with anything. I use the Pandora, I use the Korg Pandora and the modeler into the Crush 12, and it works really well. And I like it a lot. It works extremely well. But that is questions and answers for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a question, comment, answer, whatever you want down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button like all the other YouTubers say, and subscribe if you want to. And thank you so much for being here, enjoying this video, and being such a beautiful person on the inside, on the outside. Just being here. Thank you so much.